Hello everyone, it's C4 Sages back again with another video. And in this video, I wanted to talk about 5 things I am super excited about for Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, but most exclusively with Vergil. Obviously, the hype and craze for Vergil has been insane, from people posting on Twitter to a bunch of YouTube videos. Obviously, it's become some of my more popular watched videos on my channel. With that being said, let's start with number 1. The one thing I'm super excited about for Vergil and DMC5 Special Edition is honestly having his familiar moveset. I know a few people were a little bit disappointed that he's basically a rehash or a copy and paste version of his Devil May Cry 4 edition, but I don't know if you've played Devil May Cry 4 Vergil, but he was insanely fun. I'm talking about jump cancels, move canceling, doing an infinite amount of moves whenever you wanted to. All you had to do was press circle on your freaking PS3 remote, PS4 remote. I'm really excited for his moveset. The second thing I'm excited about, which is coming back to his moveset, is some of the new moves that we saw. One of them in particular, or in 3 instances, is one move that he has with Yamato, where he basically sort of glides his sword and he sort of freezes the characters. It kind of works like with his rain swords, where the character's kind of, you know, frozen. This one, he kind of slows them down, and when he's done and he sort of puts back Yamato, they all come lunging forward. And all the combos I'm just thinking of with that move is going to be unbelievable. Obviously, some of his other moves, there's this one move that reminds me of Akuma's third strike. Akuma has this move, which is also in 5, I believe, where he takes this like ball of energy and he just shoves it into the ground, and there's this like huge explosion. And I think this is a move that he can do with Beowulf. And boy, how exciting is it to see Beowulf back in a Devil May Cry game. The third thing that I'm really excited about is just to really see his evolution as a character. Obviously, we only really got to see Vergil at the end of Devil May Cry 5, but to really take in and soak in just how much improvements and in terms of his design is something that I'm really excited about. Obviously, his blue coat is super iconic in terms of Devil May Cry. It's really recognizable. It's the yang versus the yin, or the yin and yang. Obviously, Dante's red, Vergil is blue, but I really like his design. Obviously, his design has been out for over a year now, but I think it's something that a lot of people are really, maybe they're talking about it. I haven't heard much about it, and I know everyone does love his design, but I love his design in this game. And I think it's something to be very celebrated. I really love how the developers said we wanted to age Vergil, and we wanted him to look very, very sort of like, I've been there, I've done that, I've been through hell and back, literally, and I'm here to whoop some ass. The fourth thing I'm really excited about is some of his new Devil Trigger features. Obviously, with his Devil Trigger now, he has a familiar move in Devil May Cry history, which is called Doppelganger, which basically Vergil takes his Devil Trigger meter and he basically summons a miraged, if you will, version of his Devil Trigger form, and it looks really cool. I'm not sure how much control you're going to be able to have over it, if it's controlling itself, if it's just supporting or following previous moves that you had, but other than that, I think it's really, really cool. The fifth and last thing I'm really excited about is ultimately everything that he came packaged with. I love how they replaced Force Edge basically with a Mirage Blade. It sort of comes back to how V, when you're playing as V in this game, he's more or less someone who is sort of not manipulating characters, but he's sort of like this magician where he's just doing things, but he's not really doing things, and I think that's a really cool thing that's not really talked about, which I personally do appreciate. One more bonus thing, which really this list is gonna really turn into 6 things I'm excited about, is his new taunts. And this is just a little extra. but he has this one taunt where he basically looks like he was definitely trained by samurais. It's a super long taunt that he did, and when I saw it at first, I freaked out because I'm like, this is so freaking cool. It's such a nice touch. It kind of goes back to that quote where he basically told Dante, while you were out partying, I studied the blade, which I thought was really, really cool. Vergil ultimately is that character. He's a super OP character who's really meant just to kick a bunch of ass. I'm kind of reluctant to make a list of things that I'm not excited about. Really, if I were to talk about that just for a little bit, for me personally, there's not much not to be not excited about. Of course, you would love for Vergil to get his own story, sort of like how does he fit in all of this, but in terms of the Devil May Cry game, he doesn't really appear until the very end. Would I have loved to see some sort of DLC with him and Dante fighting Mundus? That would have been really cool, but maybe that's a future Devil May Cry title. Whoever knows when that's happening. So yeah, everyone, with that being said, I'm really excited to see Vergil. I can't wait to see all the gameplay and how everyone reacts to him when they finally get an opportunity to play as Vergil. Hopefully, I don't have to necessarily wait all the way until November 15th. I'm crossing my fingers that there's a re-release of the PlayStation 5, but we'll see what happens. With that being said, everyone, my name is C4Sages, and I will see you all next time. Peace.